Hey guys, so Beck here. This week wanting to keep it short and sweet for you all and wanting to share with you some strategies and techniques for self-massage and applying Zenthai. So Zenthai involves a blend of Tai Chi, Qigong and yoga elements that basically target reflexology points within the body to create positive pressure. And the reason why we do this is in ancient practices, this is said to really boost the bodily systems and impact your organs in a really positive way. So impacting your overall function, which is really, really good. So modern day science hasn't quite yet been able to explain how or why this happens, but it is something that is measurable and felt within your own body. So I've been exploring this over the last 12 months and found that not only has it greatly benefited my body, but because I've been practicing on my family members, they've been able to reap the benefits as well. Come sit down, darling. So you're going to see my girls probably jumping in and out a few times as well, and I might be able to even show you on their body how you can apply these. And what's really nice is because it feels so good, and what I've seen with my girls, they want to share it back. So they often then want to swap over and be the ones in charge, which is really, really nice. So when I'm applying these forms of self-massage, I typically like to start at the feet. So feet and hands, we use them so much throughout the day. You can, no problem. We use them so much throughout the day, but they get overlooked when self-care comes in. So what I tend to find or seek out on the foot is 3 zones. So I start at the base of the balls of the feet here, then aim for the midsection or middle of the arch, and then just before you would come up onto the heel. You're going to be using the pads of your thumbs because that is a really, really great area of strength and control. And then you just be lightly padding or walking into those areas. So up and down with the pressure a little bit. And it's entirely up to you how much you want to spend time in a particular area, or how much time you would like to spend in that area, before moving on to the next sort of zone. Trying to remember how many counts you did in each part, but then another thing to consider is how the rest of your body is feeling. So you want to make sure you're in a comfortable position where you can accommodate the massage as well, and then zone in on your breathing too. I do apologise for the background noise. They're role-playing my twin girls in the background, so I can hear it, so I don't know how loud that is for you all. It's quite funny when they come in and out. So when you feel like you've had enough in that zone, and this is a really nice thing just to get some movement into the musculature of the feet. There are over 100 muscles, tendons and ligaments here, and our feet are often shoved in shoes, so this is a really nurturing thing to do. I'm just going to show you mostly on the right side of my body, but then of course whatever you would apply to the right, you would then again apply to the left to balance out. We move from these little padded steps with the thumbs to find a pressure point here between, hopefully you can see, the big toe and the next toe. So there's a pressure point here on the top, but then also refers to the base as well. So to target both sides, I tend to get my thumb and index finger and create like a positive pinch of pressure there. Nothing that hurts, so a little bit of mild discomfort if you're finding tension is okay, but of course not pain, and that's like all things. You can either just be pressing in towards those 2 points or a little wiggle as I'm doing now. So just working with what feels good, and your body will intuitively tell you what feels right, which is really nice as well. Nice, slow, deep, even breaths, really paying particular attention to your exhalations and wanting them to really slow down in pace. And that's going to start to calm your nervous system further. So from this, little tugs on the toes, making sure you get all the toes, just to loosen them up a little bit. Relax as you shake out the foot. And then we head to the next pressure point, which is midway for most people up the shin. And the way that we find this, if you trace the pad of one finger up and down the shin, you'll find a little dip along the way. Everyone has this. It's like a little dip that has a cushiony feel to it. Not something that you can sort of see clearly with the eyes as much, but it is something that is really felt. And it's really interesting when you're practicing this on other people that we can find that just by little skims on that shin bone. So when you find that again, it might just be pressure that you're putting in positively or a little wiggle there. Tuning into what you would like and what feels good. Breathing nice and relaxed. And these pressure points, these are known as major pressure points in reflexology, again, impacting systems and organs in a really positive way. So from that point, I like to create a little bit of positive tension. So I grip and walk up and down the musculature of the leg, loosening up as much as I can, targeting as many parts of those areas as possible. And then I add in some sweeping actions. Sweeping is really nice. It's kind of a mental and physical release, particularly if you've been holding tension in the body. And then ending off the work on the leg with some tapping. Now we didn't apply this to the feet yet, but that's a really nice one to also bring into the feet. Tapping is said to be in ancient culture a way of removing wind or space, excessive wind or space from the body. And it is said that when we have that excess of space or wind, that is where disease and illness creeps in. So we want to remove that as much as possible. But for me, it just feels really good to apply. So once we've traveled up the leg here, we're going to jump to the hands. You would do both hands if it was someone that you're working on, but for yourself, you just simply use one thumb to the palm of the hand. It is really nice if you've got someone's hand there to use both thumbs and work in sort of half circles in opposing directions. But if you're working on yourself here, again slowing down the pace because sometimes the mind wants you to rush and you'll find that you're moving fast. So if you catch yourself doing that, slow down the rate and pace. It becomes more relaxing, more soothing to do that. You'll gain more benefit. And it's really nice sometimes just to follow the lines of the hand if you're not really sure about where to start or where to travel to. Keeping the hand really soft. I work my way from the center of the palm outwards, but again, following into those lines. Face is nice and relaxed. Just focusing in on the needs of the hand. From there, once you start to feel that warmth creeping in, really beneficial if you are someone at a desk throughout the majority of the day and you start to get that tension in the hand and how it creeps up into the forearm, releasing that is a really good idea. And similar to what we just applied to the leg, you can actually apply up the arm as well. So move from the palm into a little tug of the fingers, loosening up, creating more mobility there, and then traveling into the face. So the face here, if you're working this on yourself, I find the index fingers are really good, but if I'm working this on someone else, the thumbs are really nice. So I use the nose, the sides of the nose, almost like an anchor or foundation point, and I start to move in a particular direction, mirroring on both sides. And you want to sweep outwards away from the middle. So if anyone's done that face yoga, this is very similar to that. So allowing any build-up of liquid to draw outward, to drain from the center of the face. And then we change a direction. So I tend to move from the underside of the eyes, or tops of the cheeks, to the tops of the eyebrows in a sweeping action. Heading towards the temples and maybe applying a little bit of light pressure at the temples themselves. And then we travel to the top lip, again sweeping outwards from the center, breathing steady. This is really nice to do on other people. I do this with my eldest daughter nearly every night, that full body massage, but she loves the face. And then I tend to like the thumbs underneath the jaw and to follow the length of the jaw. And already as I've reached my face, I can feel and hear my voice slowing down and hopefully not becoming too quiet. But the impact on the nervous system is just really, really nice. So when you feel like you've had enough and you've got that warmth and that release felt in the body, you would of course make sure that you balance out on both sides. But this is a really nice thing to set in place, more so in the evening or during times of stress, as a physical way to use your hands to heal and create a shift. Anything that we can put in place to mindfully shift us from a place of stress to a more in tune place of relaxation is always going to be beneficial. So really nice in the evenings as a restorative form of self-care. But yeah, it's something that you can choose to apply at the start of the day if you wish to, or any time when you feel you need it. So hopefully that is something that was easy to see and something that you can apply. So practice on yourself, practice on your kids, family members, loved ones, and share the love. So hopefully you have enjoyed, and we'll play again next time. Thank you very much.